questions in the
Yep, I
chat
see
box.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. So R, I always recommend R, right, because it's free, and there's a huge group of researchers. Yeah. There's a real group of researchers that are very passionate about it, right? So every time they come up with a new technique, they write the code in R and they make it available. So you can find all of these incredible routines for R. And because it's open source, they appear with the citation from the paper, tells the paper. They appear immediately. But other packages like Starter or SAS, they have to pay people to come up with the new procedure, and that can take several years. So R is not only free, but it's way ahead of the other packages that cost things. Someone's asking about experimental research only does for checking. No, so it's actually doing the research, right? So that's you have internal validity because you make sure that the X is the thing really changing the Y. You have external validity as to whether it's generalizable. So sometimes you can't do an actual experiment, and you can do essentially you've been doing difference in experiments in the lab all along, right? Because you have a treatment effect and a control effect. It makes it very clean. In the real world, there's lots of extraneous factors, right, that you might not be able to account for. So the question about the cost, right? Say you've got to pay the subject, right? It might be that you're paying them $50 a subject, right? So that can mount up if you've got hundreds of subjects. However, doing the same experiment in the real world is often impossible, right? Giving strong institutions to one country versus weak institutions to another country, and then waiting 20, 30, 40 years to do to see the outcome, right? So sometimes the only way you can do it is in the laboratory, right? And you can make you do have to provide some incentive, right, for the people to want to perform in response. So if the difference is not significant, then maybe your hypothesis is not true. Maybe the treatment doesn't affect the outcome, right? So that's a problem we face in research. We have this great idea, but when we conduct the experiment, the treatment doesn't change the outcome. So that's just the luck of the draw. But some studies, some journals, they don't care about the results. They just care about that it was a neat idea, a good hypothesis, and that you conducted the research in the right way. So how long is it to keep the online questionnaire open to participants? Well, some researchers worry that the participant will rush through it, right? So they actually delay moving from one question to the other, so the participants consider it. So that's all sorts of things you've got to consider when you're thinking about common method variance.